theater industry, sound-wise, has changed is that the expectations are pretty high. What's interesting about where we are now is it used to be an analog desk on Broadway, and you'd walk in and you'd have your 8 knobs to twiddle and a fader, and you were done. And now you get these desks and they don't know they're a desk anymore. Like, you have to tell it everything. So the amount of prep up front has gotten to a point where it's, you know, it takes us a lot of time to get the console up and running, to get the equipment up and running. The positive side is once it's done, the amount of control you have now is fantastic. The producers don't quite understand at this point how much it takes up front. So like, we are always begging, I need 3 more days to do this. And they're like, well, it didn't take us that long 5 years ago to prep a show. I'm like, well, yeah, but I have to program all of this equipment. All these computers now need to be able to talk to each other. I actually rely now on programmers because it's gotten to the point where I look at it and I'm like, wait, what's the operating system of this at this point? And we become computer technicians, and I try to take a step back from that as much as I can so that I can just do my job. And you know, I still sit with my eyes closed at the console and don't even look at the EQ, even though now the knobs aren't where they should be and all that, because I don't want to rely on my eyes. I'm listening for the problem, or I'm trying to solve it, and then spending weeks and weeks and weeks programming it. Hopefully that'll get faster and faster. And I know the manufacturers know that's where we want to go, because I've seen them come to our shows and be like, so how long did it take you to do that? And I'll be like, well, I spent 3 weeks doing these drawings and verifying and doing the math and then putting it into your calculations and using your proprietary, and this is what it said, and then I verified it with this. And you know, they want it to be quick. They want us to walk in and go, here you go, here's your PA, rock and roll. As the audience has gotten younger, the expectations are that it's going to sound more like it does at home. I think that's where we're at, and where the reason that, you know, we've got some young guys like Pete Alinsky and a few other ones that are like, we're in about the same age group, and that like we've kind of come in with a different aesthetic that reflects more of the future of what I think the audiences are going to be, just because they're younger and they have grown up with listening to, you know, all their headphones and all that. The audience's expectation is that that's what they're going to get every time. And, you know, for me, I came at it that way 15 years too early, 20 years too early. You want seat A to seat double Z to hear the same show at 98 decibels, and we can do that now. That's what's amazing to me, is like, you can do it, and with the technology, I can tell you who's singing on stage versus, well, it's just a wall of sound, because we have so much control. I can say, I'm going to delay this guy to that spot and that to there and that to there. I'm going to position the saxophone here, and 90% or 75% of the audience is going to get that show. I mean, the extremes are going to get the extremes because they don't have all that information, but the ones that are in the main section, we can do that. And we can do it really well now. And to me, like, that's what's amazing, is I'll sit there and be like, wow, that really works. Like, that's fantastic.